We are back. Good morning.
Time for the half marathon.
I already have 4 admissions. Today is Thank a Resident Day. I think I slept for like maybe 2 hours max.
Go!
Honestly, becoming a doctor was kind of just a side quest.
Hit subscribe, hit the like button, share with your friend.
Welcome back, vlog. We're starting this week's vlog off a little bit differently because it's actually Saturday morning and I just got off my 5th night shift this week. If you watched last week's vlog, I literally finished filming it like a second before I started filming this clip. You might be wondering, why am I vlogging on a Saturday after finishing vlogging for the previous week's vlog? That's because I'm not going straight home and enjoying my weekend off. I am going to go downtown to an expo and pick up my racing bibs for today and tomorrow. As I've talked about in my previous vlogs, I've been training for a full marathon. Well, this weekend is the Las Vegas Rock and Roll half marathon, and today I am running the 5K for the event, and then tomorrow I am running the half marathon. Part of what I try to show in these vlogs is that you have to keep doing fun things when you're in residency. And for some reason, one of those fun things that I chose was to run a 2-day race immediately after getting off a streak of night shifts. I don't think I'm gonna have time to sleep today before the 5K, so I'm really hoping I make it through. It's the life we chose, baby. I gotta do it for the plot, for the memories. Enough yapping, let's go to the expo.
Nice.
Let's go. All right, guys, so I ended up taking like an hour and a half nap, and now I feel so tired and so dazed, but it's time to run this 5K. All right, we are in the 5K now, going at a pretty moderate pace, trying not to hurt ourselves before the half marathon tomorrow. Even after working overnight last night, not having any sleep, this run's definitely waking me up a little bit, but I'm very excited to go home and crash. All right, the 5K is done. Time to go rest before tomorrow's half.
Everybody PR Time for the half marathon.
All right, here we go.
Mile 0.
Look at this view. I mean, come on. All right, 6 miles.
Mile 6.
Almost halfway there.
You got it.
10 miles.
10 miles.
Double digits,
yeah.
baby. Go. Half done. Got the medals.
Yeah.
The whole reason we did this. Up next is the full marathon.
1 month.
1 month away.
The vlog. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, share with your friend.
All right, guys, we are back at work. It's so hard to go back to work after such a fun weekend. Overall, I'm feeling a little bit sore, but honestly, not too bad. My sleep quality was pretty poor last night and today, which sucks because we're admitting today, so I need as much energy as I can get. Anyway, we'll talk more later, but I need to go meet the day teams for sign out and get ready for admissions.
Yeah, the admissions honestly have not been terrible.
All right, guys, so it's like 1 in the morning. I've not done any vlogging tonight because we've just been slammed with admissions, and the day teams were admitting and they got a lot of admissions during the day too. So I've been very busy this entire shift, just non-stop work. Just got done signing out with our attending. Now I've got a bunch of notes to do, orders to catch up on. Nothing unexpected though for an admission night. And our attending bought us pizza, so kind of makes it better. All right, guys, so it's 7:30 in the morning. We just got done signing out to the day team. Like I said, last night was definitely like a no vlogging kind of night. We were just slammed with admissions, and between that and then managing all of the patients between the 2 resident day teams, it was just a lot to do. We didn't really get done with like all of our work and charting until like probably 5 in the morning. So busy night, but again, you expect that on admission nights. The hardest part of the night though was the fact that I was like starting to get really tired early on. That's just because I didn't get good quality sleep over the last couple of days just with the races, and then I kind of converted myself back to a day schedule. So today I just didn't get a lot of sleep before the shift, and then my delayed onset muscle soreness started to kick in during the shift because I finished the half marathon like 24 hours before I started my shift. So that's around the time that DOM starts to onset. And so my legs just started to get kind of tight. Every time I like sat down and stood up, I could definitely feel it like in my quads. So that like just made the shift a little bit harder, which again, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you're like running around the hospital, like little things like that can really just like make the shift harder than it needs to be. It's fine though. It's literally not a big deal. Anyway, as much as I want to yap, I do really want to get home and just get some sleep. So I'll catch you guys later tonight. I had 2 out of 5. Let's go to work. So it's Tuesday, which means we are not admitting tonight, and I don't think the day team's admitted either, so should be a chill night. All right, the dinner of the night is chicken, more chicken, guac or some sort of avocado thing, brown rice. Divya?
Same thing here.
Nice.
So good.
It's actually pretty healthy looking, huh?
Chicken's really fresh.
Yeah?
Oh, like biting my nails, bro.
All right, so as you guys know, I ran my half marathon this past weekend. That was just a stepping stone in my journey to running my first ever full marathon. Now, even though it was difficult, I am lucky enough to have Transparent Labs helping me with my recovery, and they are once again sponsoring this week's vlog. Transparent Labs grass-fed whey protein isolate makes it super easy to hit my protein goals. There are literally no artificial sweeteners, dyes, or fillers. Depending on the flavor, it is just 5 to 7 natural ingredients, so I know exactly what's going in my body. Each serving packs 28 grams of protein, and because it's a pure isolate and not some cheap blend, it's way easier to digest and absorb, so no bloating or stomach issues after my runs. Like I said last week, I've been loving the dark chocolate flavor. It's rich, smooth, and actually tastes like dark chocolate, and it blends so easily. There's no clumpiness or chalky texture, just a perfect shake every single time. But if I get bored of dark chocolate, that's okay because they have 14 different flavors, so it makes meeting your protein goals that much more enjoyable. If you guys want to try Transparent Labs out for your protein, make sure to look at the link in my description box. For a limited time, Transparent Labs is giving away a free protein starter kit with every grass-fed protein subscription. This kit includes a shaker bottle and a variety pack of 5 single-serving protein pouches and their top flavors so that you can find your favorite. So again, make sure to check out Transparent Labs. You can click the link in my description or scan the QR code here on the screen. Thank you so much again to Transparent Labs for sponsoring this week's vlog and for helping me train for my full marathon. All right, it's about 5:45, which means it's time for a workout session. We got Divya back there hitting the treadmill, so I think I'm going to do some weightlifting this morning because 1, it's been a while, and 2, I'm actually still pretty sore from the half this past weekend, so I think it'll feel nice to take another day off from running and just do some weightlifting. All right, guys, I am done for the night. Last night was so chill. We only got like a handful of calls from the floor. The super busy nights really make you appreciate the slower ones. Anyway, time to go home and get some rest. Good morning. Hello. Let's go. Hello. Good morning, guys. It's Wednesday, and luckily, unlike last week, we are not admitting tonight, and we did admit last night, so hopefully tonight is just like last night. I could like barely sleep today for some reason. Like I think I slept for like maybe 2 hours max. Not really sure why. I just had like a lot of energy. So very tired going into tonight's shift. Oh well, there are gonna be nights where you come in tired. There's gonna be nights where you come in well rested. Just gotta keep pushing through. Tonight we have orange chicken, fried rice. Divya has
Cut up chicken tenders.
nice. All right, so it's like 4 in the morning. We've gotten a handful of calls from the floor over the course of the night, but nothing too bad. I actually fell asleep for a little bit, which felt really, really nice. But of course, I got woken up by some pages. Most residency programs have lounges and call rooms, you know, beds, couches for residents to sleep on when they are working nights. So you're allowed to sleep when you're on nights, you know, if anyone was wondering, but you have to make sure that you wake up when you're needed, which can be tricky. I think this is actually the first time that I've actually slept during my night shifts, but I didn't sleep very well during the day, so I definitely needed it.
It's almost time.
All right, guys, so I'm done for the night. Super chill night, actually more chill than last night, which is pretty crazy. We got such a small amount of calls from the floor. Everyone was super stable, which is really nice. We just got a couple calls about like medication clarifications and whatnot, like nothing that like actually required us to like go into the hospital, which was really nice. And the crazy part is we're not admitting tonight either, so I think tonight's gonna be pretty okay. So I'm getting really lucky with a stretch of days that are super chill, but Friday we admit, so I just need to enjoy it while I can. Also, I might have just jinxed it, so hopefully tonight is actually relaxed and isn't terrible. On another note, apparently today is Thank a Resident Day, which is pretty cool. Not sure if that's just a thing at my hospital or a thing that's like nationwide, but it is cool to have an appreciation day for residents. I think my hospital is hosting like fondue and a painting event this afternoon for Thank a Resident Day, which I'll be missing out on, of course, because I'm working nights, and so that kind of sucks, but still the gesture is pretty cool. Anyway, I feel pretty awake since I napped during the shift, which kind of sucks because it might be hard to sleep again today, but whatever, it's okay. I'll see what I can do. All right, I'll see you guys tonight. Happy Thursday, guys. Didn't sleep a whole lot again. Kind of got carried away playing Fortnite, but that's okay. I think they ordered Cafe Rio for the night residents to celebrate Thank a Resident Day, so looking forward to that. The Cafe Rio is here, baby. Look at the decor for Thank a Resident Day. Dang, that looks delicious. I'm healed now. All right, I am done with my shift. I didn't really film anything last night because there wasn't like a whole lot to film. I did get a lot of calls from the floor. In fact, I think I got a call on like 90% of my patient list, which kind of sucks, but like that's like why we're there, right? Like that's the whole point of having residents at night. These calls vary between things like patients getting more altered, patients getting combative, patients having, you know, pain and they've already received all of their, you know, like pain medicine that they have as needed, or patients are having nausea, vomiting. You can literally get a page for anything in the middle of the night, and you know, you'll go and see the patient and, you know, do something about it. Just because it's nighttime and people like go to sleep, it doesn't mean things aren't gonna like happen in the middle of the night. Like your body runs 24/7, right? So anything can happen. So I try not to think of it as like, oh, night should be quiet because it's nighttime and things don't happen at night. Like we're not stores, our bodies aren't businesses, right? Hospitals, you know, are unique in the sense that they are a 24-hour thing. So I try not to, you know, get hung up on having busy nights, because you really have to treat the hospital as, again, a 24-hour thing, not like a, you know, day and night thing. You know what is day and night? Most normal businesses, which is why I have to kill time until like 9 a.m. because I had some packages delivered to the UPS store and it doesn't open until 9 in the morning. And I really want these packages because like I either get them before I go in for my shift or wait to get them after my shift, and I kind of feel like having to wake up and leave early to get them later. So I'm gonna kill time until like 9 in the morning to go get these packages. That's one of the downsides to consider if you're thinking about working night shifts, is that regular businesses are really just open during the day, right? They're not open at night when you're like functioning. So even though you want to go home and you want to go to bed, you might have to run errands during the day because that's just when the rest of society is functioning. Although I can't really complain about having to wait till 9 a.m. to go to the store because I've been staying up and playing video games until like noon almost every single day this week. So like, who am I to complain about this? Anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna go and head over there and just probably doom scroll through TikTok for the next hour and a half. I'll see you guys tonight for my admitting shift, but also my last shift of the week. All right, we are back. Night 5 out of 5, baby. And like I said earlier, we are admitting tonight, so really hoping it's a smooth night. I'm mentally prepared to be exhausted, so it's a good start. It's the life we chose. Let's get it. All right, we barely got sign out and already I have 2 admits. First one being an acute exacerbation of chronic pain, which unfortunately we see a lot at the hospital, you know, when patients' home pain regimens are not working well for them. They kind of have to come to the ED to get better pain control. The other admit is a fall, which we also see a lot at the hospital. Falls are the #1 fear of the elderly population and can be really life-changing and cause drastic morbidity, and you increase your 1-year mortality after a fall, especially if you sustain an injury like a hip fracture. Anyway, let's go see these patients. All right, I barely had time to put admission orders in for the first 2 patients that I saw before I got my next 2 admissions. So now I'm going back to the ED to go see those patients. It's like barely even 10 o'clock and I already have 4 admissions. My co-resident also has 4 admissions, so we're getting a lot. However, we do have caps as residents, so there's like a maximum amount of patients that we can admit. So some people tend to prefer to hit that cap early on in the shift because then you have the rest of the shift to do all the admit stuff. I'm kind of in that camp. I'd rather just get it all at the beginning, get bolus with admissions, and then have the rest of the shift to catch up on that. That is a page from the nursing staff. I knew it was gonna be a busy night. So eating food at night can be difficult when the cafeteria closes at 10 p.m. and you're getting sign out from 2 resident teams and you're admitting patients. But one of my non-debatables is eating when I'm hungry, because you have to take care of yourself. You need to be fueled up so that you can take care of others. So even though I have a lot of admission stuff to do and lots of patients that I am taking care of tonight, I am still making sure that I eat. Now we have salmon, carrots, and cauliflower, so kind of healthy. It's kind of been sitting here for like 2 hours, getting cold, which sucks, but better than nothing. All right, it's like 1 in the morning. We rounded with our attending. So now it's time to just catch up on notes and orders. Got my trusty dictation mic, so let's get to work. All right, guys, I am done for the night, which means I'm officially done with my 3rd week of night float. Not a bad night, honestly. It was pretty typical for an admission night. We were pretty busy with our admits, and then we got a pretty good amount of calls from the floor. So definitely one of those nights where you're just kind of busy the whole day, but like not unexpected, right, for these types of nights. But it was fine, honestly. And I think mindset has a lot to do with that. You know, if you go in thinking it's going to be a crappy day, it's going to be a crappy shift, like you're not going to have a good time. And like you can expect it to be busy, right? But like you still have to maintain some sort of positive attitude, otherwise you're just going to be in a bad mood the whole night. Luckily, all we try to do here is spread positivity. I kind of realized that I've been vlogging since last Monday because this vlog started on Saturday morning, which is where my last vlog ended. So I've literally been going nonstop for like 12 days straight of vlogging, which is pretty insane, but it was really fun to start this vlog off with my half marathon. A common theme that I try to share on this channel is the concept of making sure that you're having fun and setting other goals, even within the context of doing residency or medical school, right? Like I went and ran a half marathon this past weekend. Not like a crazy thing, but it was some goal that I set for myself outside of medicine, and so is my, you know, full marathon. But so are other things that I do, right? Like YouTube, or hanging out with my dogs, or playing video games, traveling. You know, I try to do a lot of other things for fun and set goals that have nothing to do with medicine. There's this philosophy that I have, and it's that medicine is really a side quest. Becoming a doctor really is just a side quest. It's not supposed to be the main focus of your life. And I think a lot of people tend to take their careers and they put it on a pedestal, and they get a lot of their self-worth and their happiness from that, and they believe that this is their livelihood and that being good at this is what is going to make them live a happy life. But if you think of life as like this long-term plan where the end goal is truly just to have lived a happy life surrounded by people you love, with meaningful experiences, and having done things for others in a meaningful way, like that's the real journey, right? And then you can frame what you do to get there as side quests, right? So for me, becoming a doctor in my head is more of a side quest that helps me accomplish that long-term goal, right? And then I do other things on the side, like hang out with my friends because that brings me happiness, or doing YouTube and other little side businesses gives me that like creative and entrepreneurial spirit, or traveling makes you multicultural and then gives you like enriching experiences, and so that goes into that, right? So all these like side quests are really just coming in to what is actually a long-term journey to be happy and live a meaningful life, right? And so when I think about medicine, I think of it as just one of those things, but I make sure that I put just as much thought, energy, and priority into the other aspects of my life that are going to help me accomplish that long-term goal. I think a lot of people, especially in healthcare, I'm not just talking about doctors, I'm talking about like nurses as well, you know, PAs, PTs, really everyone in healthcare, that this is like your whole life. And if you're going into healthcare, it's because you love it and that's your calling and that's everything to you. But realistically, I don't think that should be true. And I think once you start thinking of it as just a mission you're on to accomplish what is a bigger, you know, life goal, then I think you put a little less value in the esteem that you get from the job, and it affects you less and you're stressed out about it less because you know that it's just one pillar of many other pillars that you're kind of focusing on. I don't know if that makes sense or if I'm just like delusional from working 5 nights in a row, but this really is the mindset that I have. And I've tried to preach this to a lot of people, and my co-residents are probably sick of me saying this type of stuff, but like it's true. And I feel like that is why I'm able to have like the mindset that I have, because again, I don't place all my value in this one thing, because I know that there's so many other things I need to also be doing to really allow me to live a meaningful life. Anyway, that's my rant of the vlog. You guys know we always got to end with one. Next week, I'll move into my last week of nights. And then after that, I will start my next month of ICU. Thank you guys so much for joining me in another week in residency, and I'll see you guys in the next one.